Welcome to day 11 of 35 in 35, and today's subject is going to be health. Something that I'm super passionate about is my health. Something that I prioritize is my health. Now, when it comes to health, we could break it down into segments, but let's talk about your dietary health. You need to be eating things that fuel your body and fuel your mind. I'm a big fan of intermittent fasting. I feel like when you are giving your body periods of time to just rest and digest, it allows your mind to be a lot more clear, and it also allows your gut to promote the best health that it can. If it's constantly having to work, if you're eating throughout a period of, say, 18 hours, just for an example, if you're eating consistently, your gut has no time to rest and digest, which promotes a sluggish gut. It promotes brain fog, like all of the things that you just don't want. So me personally, my mind performs so much better when my body feels cared for. So when I am going through periods, which is most of the time, where I'm hydrating enough, 2 to 3 litres of water a day, I'm meal prepping, I'm eating my greens, I'm eating my salads, I'm taking my superfoods, I'm taking my probiotics, my mind is so much clearer. I perform at a more optimal level because I'm looking after my health. So your health is physical, it is emotional, it is mental, and it is spiritual. It is all of these segments, and every single one of them needs to be poured into to have optimal health. So when you're eating better and you are pouring into every other segment of your health, you are telling your body that I love you, I care for you, and that reaction is going to have a snowball effect on your mind, on your performance. You have to love every aspect of you. You need to pour into every aspect of your health. So discipline is definitely a form of self-love. So as I just mentioned, when you are eating healthier, when you are pouring into the elements of your health, of course it's going to have an effect on every other thing in your life. When I show up as my most healthiest self, I tend to attract people that are on the same frequency as myself. And it's a given that if you are in good shape, if you are a healthy being, people naturally respect you more. Now, some people might see that as shallow, but it just shows that you have strong discipline. If you can keep your body strong and you can keep your physical looking in a certain way, it shows strong discipline and people respect that. So I'm a massive fan of meal prepping my food on a Sunday. Reason being is because I know I don't need to think for like the next 4 days at least. I don't need to think about what am I eating. I just grab my lunch and I know that it's full of love because I cooked it myself, right? I know exactly what I'm consuming. And you can measure, if you're someone that needs to measure a certain amount of protein or a certain amount of fats and carbs, you can do that for yourself. Me personally, I'm very big on consuming enough fiber and protein. So if I'm putting my meals together myself, I'm in control of all of that. I know exactly what I'm eating. Eat better, rest intentionally, and move intentionally. These 3 things promote optimal health. That's just it. It's actually that simple. It's not that difficult. You don't need to be super extreme either. You just need to be consistent and intentional. We know what is healthy for us. We know what is not healthy for us. Lean into the health, especially in your 30s. It's like we are really at that crucial stage where if you don't look after your health, you're going to get obese very quickly because your metabolism starts to slow down. And for me, I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to look old. I want to feel healthy. And it's not about never not treating yourself. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I have 1 day a week where I eat what I want. I might have some gluten, I might have something fried, I might have some sugar, but 80% of the time, I like to use 80-20. 80% of the time, I'm super, super healthy because I like how it makes me feel. I like to have a clear mind. I like my body to feel strong. I like it to feel refueled, and I like it to feel like it has energy. And I like to feel like I can lift a heavy weight. And if you're constantly eating cheeseburgers, chips, sweets, and fizzy drink, your muscles aren't being given the correct nutrients to grow, and that's just it, and you're never going to have a flat stomach. So doing both cardio and weights, I feel like, are essential to having a super strong and healthy body. So we need to promote the cardiovascular side of things, and I went through periods of only wanting to lift weights because I felt like I was getting stronger. I feel like it gives you that physique that you want more so. But I went on a run recently and I thought, damn, I need to be pouring more into my cardiovascular. So I now try to run 3 times per week. And if I don't run, I go for long walks and I get my steps in. It is super, super important to make sure you are keeping yourself active, especially if you have like a desk job. You know, you're sitting down for the majority of the day, hunched over a desk. Like, you need to make sure you are getting those steps in and keeping yourself active. It's very, very underrated, but it's something that it will pay you forward. If you are getting your steps in, it will pay you forward. Day 11 of 35 and 35. Subject being health, something that I'm super, super passionate about. I have helped a lot of people with their health over the years. I used to do meal preps. I've done plans for people to get them to overcome certain hurdles when it comes to their health. Anyway, guys, back to my project. Peace out.